Hello. I'm so glad to have you all here today. It's a beautiful day, and I want you to know that it's a great privilege. I'm always elated to be here doing this because I know that one or two persons stands to gain something from these videos that I make. All right, so you're welcome to this channel. In this channel, we'll talk about human relationship as it relates to a husband and his wife, neighbors, children and their parents. We also talk about health and spiritual tips that can help us all to live a happy and a better life. It's indeed a privilege to discuss this today so that someone can learn a lesson. All right, before I dive into this discussion today, but we're talking about relationship, mind you, and the topic we have at hand today is about how to keep things private in order to do what? Safeguard your relationship. Please stay tuned and listen because you stand to learn one or two lessons. All right, before I start this discussion, I'd like to narrate a story. This is a true life story. All the stories that I tell here are usually true life stories. So we learn from people, from other people's experiences, so that we wouldn't put ourselves in situations where we make the kind of mistakes that they made that caused them a whole lot of troubles. All right. So there was this young lady who had been proposed to by a certain young man. She was getting ready to be married, and her friend, her bestie per se, kept disturbing her that she would like to follow her to her um, husband to be's house. All right. On a certain day, she decided to go along with her friend to her fiance's house. On getting there, they actually spent days, not about 3 days or thereabouts. And on one of those days, she wanted to go out with her friend, and her friend was like, I'm not feeling too well. Please just go. I'll stay back and rest. And as soon as she left the house, the friend started making advances at her fiance because her fiance was at home. And she tempted that guy so much that he fell. And they started making out. And that was how they began a relationship, an intimate relationship. And on another day that the lady decided to visit her husband to be, she didn't know that her friend, her so-called bestie, was already in the man's house. And as soon as she didn't even tell the man that she was coming out, she decided to give him a surprise visit. And as soon as she entered the house, because she already had the keys to the house, she bumped into a sight that was so heartbreaking. The two of them were there making out. The lady was so heartbroken that she left and didn't turn back. And do you know what happened? Her bestie took over her man, and eventually she married the man. Can you see? We learn lessons from other people's experiences. As a young lady that is about to get married, mind how you expose your husband to be to any woman, because the person might have an interior motive and be like, oh, I just want to know your husband to be blah 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 and all that. And as soon as you give that person a little chance, the person will take advantage and turn things around for herself. So you have to I'm talking to the ladies here, you have to be very, very careful. Another incident is that of a married woman. This lady is married and happily married to her husband, and she normally shares with her friends how her husband had been very kind, generous, such a pleasant, loving man. And you know what? A particular friend of hers started getting jealous, and she wanted to take over her husband from her. And you know what she did? She started making advances at this man oftentimes she will call up the man because somehow she managed to get the man's phone number. She will call up the man and start telling stories. Oh, please, I need help here. You know, my husband is not around. Can you come and help me with this and help me with that? If not that that man was a very, a man that had self-control, that woman would have taken over him. Her friend left nothing hidden. She always, in fact, she was always telling her how her husband was even good in the other room, that her husband is such a nice person, so generous, takes care of her and the kids, buys her this and buys her that, and the woman became jealous. This is another married woman. That is to tell you how crazy the world is now. This is a married woman going after another married woman's husband, her so-called friend. So what am I saying? You have to beware the kind of things you relate to people, to even the people you call your friends. You have to be careful. What are the informations you do what? You release to them. Don't tell them things that are too personal. Some women will go as far as talking about their bedroom experiences with their husbands and those nymphomaniac friends they have will take advantage and want to also, have that experience. They want to test out to see, to have the kind of, satisfaction their friend is getting from her husband. Beware. Beware what you relate. Beware what you reveal to people outside that you call friends. Because some friends are not really friends. They are people that are waiting to run you down. They are enemies, that's wolves in sheep's clothing, waiting to do what? Run you down. And if you give them that opportunity, sorry will be your own story. So please, be careful what you relate to people. This is where I draw the curtain. I hope someone has learned something from this video. Thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.